Hey everyone, it's Akshay back with another video. And today's video is actually going to be really interesting. So, if you are an agency owner or you handle revenue for your agency, then you should definitely have a look at it. So, I'll give you some context of what exactly we're going to discuss today. Today's video is going to be a masterclass for all those B2B agencies out there. And let's say if you are looking to scale your revenue without adding a lot of headcount, right? Primarily on the sales or marketing side, or you're struggling with generating qualified sales calls for your service, or you're competing in a saturated market. You've picked up a niche and you've been working in it for a while now, but you know, and I know, we all know that it's a saturated market and competition is getting tougher and tougher, especially with the advent of AI. So, um, let's start. And if you don't know me, I am Akshat and I run a lead generation agency called demandloom.com, but we'll discuss it later. So let's start. And as you might have understood from the title itself, that it's going to be about offer creation. Now, I want you to understand that if you are doing outreach or if you are offering your service to anybody in the market, even if it is through outbound or inbound or even referrals, you need to understand that, I have talked to multiple people, multiple agency owners up till now. And one thing that I've realized is that offer is the only thing that matters in your outreach or even your um, messaging, overall messaging that happens through your website. Exactly what do you tell people, what you offer. So that is what creates a differentiating factor for the high performing and high ticket agencies. And if you're struggling to actually differentiate in the market or generate qualified leads at a volume, at a scale, then this video is definitely for you. I have helped multiple agencies in the past as well, and I'm going to guide you through this. So let's imagine this, that you are running an agency and there's an exact agency that sells the exact same service, drives the same results for their clients, uses the same tools as you, and has the same delivery. But one agency struggles to sell $3,000 packages. That could be you, right? And the other closes 30K retainers effortlessly. What does that mean? Or what is the exact difference, right? Someone is struggling to sell 3K packages per month, while the other ones are closing like 30K per month quite easily. How does that matter? Or what is the difference? It's not skill, it's not experience, it's positioning. As I mentioned before, the results are the same, the tools are same, the delivery is same, the team is same. So there's no differentiating factor in terms of skill or experience. It's the positioning. What does that mean? If you are currently selling an offer that feels hard to sell, even if you're charging $10,000 for it, right? By the way, that makes it even more difficult to sell just because of, you won't be able to justify your high price. You're probably making one of three positioning mistakes that I see in almost every agency. Let's break them down. But, before breaking them down, I want you to understand what exactly does an offer mean and how does a good offer look like. So, over the last few years working with agencies and analyzing outreach campaigns, I've looked at hundreds of agency offers, right? And there's something interesting I've found in every agency I've worked with is that most agencies don't have a lead generation or a marketing or a sales problem or even a delivery problem. They're excellent at it, but they have an offer perception problem. What does that mean? Because the market doesn't buy your services, it buys outcomes. So, offer perception means you think your offer should be telling your customers what exactly do you do, but your customers don't care about, your prospects don't give an F about it. They rather care about what they are getting. So what is the end result that they're getting? What is the exact outcome that they're getting? So an offer should always be pointing towards an outcome. When you say that we do X and Y, let's say you offer digital marketing service, right? Let's say SEO services. Your aim should not be, your offer should not look like we offer SEO services. There are tons of people, there are tons of agencies alone in the North American region that say that, right? That say that in their offer. And that's why they get rejected. So if you want to stand out, you should actually talk in terms of the outcome. That could mean for an SEO agency, that could be we help you rank higher. And by ranking higher, what does that mean? Eventually do for your client. That means bringing in more clients, bringing in more inbound leads, bringing in more revenue. So that is what your offer should look like. We'll discuss about it later as well. A 30K retainer can feel like a no-brainer investment only when your offer is positioned correctly. And if it is positioned incorrectly, even a 3K service can feel expensive. So let's talk about the three positioning mistakes, but let me give you a little background on how offers really work in the agency space or business space. So you might have heard Alex Hormozy say that and make an offer so good that it feels stupid saying no, right? Now, exactly that's exactly what an offer does for you. How easy is it to say yes to? If I'm your client, how easy is it for me to say yes to your offer? Right? If you ask me for 30 minutes of my time on a cold email or on LinkedIn, I won't be giving it because I haven't seen any value upfront. So you have to deliver a value. That could be a free trial, a free campaign, a free sample. Let's say if you are running a software development agency, that could mean a free audit as well. And if you're running, let's say, a content marketing agency or a content production agency, that would be giving a pre-built sample to them, right? Not your portfolio. That is there to build credibility. But what are they getting as an upfront value? That could be a sample of their edits or whatever you offer. And here's something, that this data is actually backed by a lot of industry leaders. So 40%, what does that mean? 40% of your target audience. I want you to understand this carefully, okay? Whenever you drive outreach, whenever you do outreach or generate inbound leads, whatever you do with your messaging, 40% of the results will be driven through how good is your targeting, how good is your lead lists being built, or how good are your ads reaching out to your prospects. So the accuracy of reaching out to your ICP is what drives 40% of results. But that's not enough. 60% is still left, right? To hit the 100% mark. 40% depends on your offer. And when I got to know about it, I was actually shocked too. But 40% matters just because of the results that you get from your marketing. They depend 40% on your offer. So your offer should be extremely good, right? Now, if you've mastered just the right targeting and the perfect offer, you've already made it 80% there. So, as you know, the 80-20 rule, right? You would easily be getting, if you've mastered this 80%, even if your 20%, that is your copy, is bad, it does not matter. People will still come to you and still buy your services. So, let's understand what are the three positioning mistakes that most of the agency offers make, right? Now, why your offer feels cheap? The first one, and this is going to be the most common one I've seen actually, is selling a service instead of an outcome, as we discussed before. And what it does to your agency is that it positions your agency as a commodity, right? And people usually compare you on price. Your customers, your prospects, if you sell a commodity is nothing but something that is available in abundance and something that has low value. So you don't want to be positioning your agency as that. Most agencies sell what they do. Clients care about what they get, right? We've discussed that before. Examples, what examples would that look like? We run Facebook ads, we manage SEO, we do cold email outreach. Clients don't care about it, honestly. Problem. The problem is that it sounds like a commodity and clients hear it from 20 other agencies every single day on emails, on LinkedIn, everywhere, right? On ads as well. So buyers compare you only on price, experience, and portfolio. And that is the only place that you can actually differentiate or stand out from the crowd. And if you don't have this figured out, you're already gone. So you won't be getting a lot of conversions. And it leads to race to the bottom. Now, high ticket agencies do this instead. And since we work with at Demandloom, we work with high ticket agencies, you should know this that high ticket agencies actually sell business outcomes. For example, let's say if they sell a service called as Facebook ads. Now, they won't say in their offer that we run Facebook ads. We'll run Facebook ads for you. They'll rather say that we help B2B SaaS companies generate 40 to 60 qualified demos per month. What is this? These 40 to 60 qualified demos is the outcome, and B2B SaaS is the exact targeting that they target, right? The people that they target, the exact ICP, the exact persona. And the key idea here is that if you sell activity, you'll sound cheap, but if you sell results, you'll sound valuable, right? Now let's get on. I'm sure you've been you must have been understanding how this entire positioning framework works, right? Or looks like. So let's get on the second one. And if you feel like you have any questions, you have any doubts, do it the comment button and share your comments and ask those questions. I'll be happy to answer them. So the second one is selling work instead of transformation. What does that mean? Selling deliverables instead of result. Okay, I get it. Let's see. Agencies often sell tasks. And let me tell you, this is different from this. So most agencies sell what they do is different from agencies often sell tasks. How? For example, campaign management. Let's say if you run Facebook ads, then that could mean running ad campaigns for your clients. Outreach setup. If you run a cold email agency or an outbound agency, that could be outreach setup. Funnel building and optimization. All these are examples of selling tasks that we'll do this for you, we'll do this for you, X, Y, and Z, and it never ends. But clients don't buy process, they buy transformation. What does that mean? Let's take a look at a good example. So task-based offer could look like cold email lead generation, which is so common and so commoditized that you won't be able to stand out if you're running an agency like that. Transformation-based offer would be predictable pipeline system for high ticket agencies. Now, this is, I'm spilling the beans, but this is something that we do at our agency as well. And it has, I can't even stress enough on how important it is to go with a transformation based offer and use this in your messaging. Just don't copy paste it because we've already mastered it or used it at scale. So it won't make any differentiation for you. But do look at what is the exact framework like. So first of all, high ticket agencies is the exact ICP that we serve for, and predictable pipeline system is the exact result or transformation that we are offering to our clients. So this is our offer, and it has driven immense results for us. It has been the almost the most successful, like the super successful offer has been this exact offer right in front of you. Now, your clients are not buying emails. If you're running a cold email agency, your clients are not buying emails, right? Your clients are not buying LinkedIn messages or outreach or whatever you serve. Even if you're running, let's say, an SEO agency, your clients don't buy SEO services, right? They're buying pipeline predictability or better reach or higher ranking, whatever that could be for your particular niche. And the key idea here is that if you sell work, if you sell tasks, you'll sound tactical. That, okay, this guy is good at doing X, Y, and Z tasks. But if you want to sound strategic, you need to sell transformation. What is the change that you'll bring for your clients, right? How will they benefit from your offer or your service? They don't care how you do that, right? You can literally do tens and hundreds of things and still not be able to drive results. So your clients really don't care about what you do, but what do you give them in return? Now, the third point, the third mistake that people do is positioning for everyone. Now, what does that mean? Positioning for everyone means not niching down. As I gave you an example here, that our offer looked like the best performing offer was high ticket pipeline, predictable pipeline system for high ticket agencies. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. This high ticket agencies is niching down, right? We didn't cater to everybody. And now I could also go in even more niche down on that. Let's say high ticket SEO agencies or high ticket, and you don't have to make it high ticket specifically. You can go with any ticket size, but you can niche down based on the industry. That could be SEO agencies. So we work with SEO agencies specifically, or we work with marketing agencies specifically, or if you're targeting enterprise clients or let's say mid-sized businesses, then that could be we work with hiring agencies, right? Anything on those lines. So most agencies sound too broad. For example, we help businesses grow. Which businesses grow? In what manner do you help them grow? We help companies scale revenue. Okay, but which companies? Is it B2B? Is it B2C? Then is it high ticket? Is it low ticket? Is it in a particular industry or a particular niche? You have to be specific there. So the problem here is that if you serve everyone, if you you know position yourself as someone who serves everybody, literally everybody will be confused and buyers will assume that you're not specialized. So you'll not be able to cater to anybody by targeting everybody. In high ticket services, the one thing that differentiates them and allows them to charge high ticket prices is the specialization that they have. And even if they don't have it, they'll position themselves as specialized services agency. And that actually builds a hell lot of trust. I'll give you a good example of this as well. From our real life. Let's say if you go to a general doctor versus if you go to a surgeon specializing in your exact problem. Let's say if you are facing heart issues, then would you go to a general doctor or would you go to a surgeon specializing in heart problems? Technically, it's a heart surgeon. So who would you trust more? Automatically, you would be trusting heart surgeon more. And not just that, you'll actually be paying much more than a general doctor would charge from you. So you'd be paying much more to a heart surgeon because the problem is so deep down important for you. Now, who do you trust more? Obviously, you trust a heart surgeon. A weak positioning could look like we help companies generate leads, and that happens in a lot of companies that help other companies scale revenue or whatever. But a stronger positioning would be we help B2B SaaS companies book 20 plus demos per month. Now, here's an outcome and here's the targeting. So we're not catering to every other company in the world. We're rather working with only B2B SaaS companies. And you can again add an even further layer that could look like we help B2B SaaS companies in USA book 20 plus demos per month, right? That's another layer of niching down. Or we help high ticket coaching businesses scale to 1 million plus. So the key idea here is that specificity builds authority. If you're specific, if you're specialized, you can actually charge way more. You can actually become a high ticket agency and you can build authority. And authority, again, as I said, lets you charge higher. So that's the whole idea of why cheap offers fail at scale and how you can actually position yourself as a high leveraged agency and charge more eventually. So this was about it. If you found it useful, if you have any questions as well, just go to the comment section and type your comments in. I'll be happy to respond to them and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.